What's up, everyone? It's the interview queen Alicia Toot here, and be sure to watch True Heel Heat.
All right, hello, True Heel Heat. I'm the AEW World Champion MJF. Just in case you're deaf, dumb, blind, stupid, or since you listen to this podcast, or you're listening to True Heel Heat, and I apologize for that.
Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. It is back, y'all. We are in the stars, episode 2, the show where we break down the star ratings of Uncle Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter. We look at the ratings of Cage Match, and we give you our star ratings and rip everyone else's apart as only we can. And of course, to do that, I am joined by my co-host from AE Ramble, the man of 52,000 subscribers, Jimmy Macram. How are you doing?
I'm all right. How are you, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you are doing well. Yeah, I've been better. I was forced to watch. We'll get to it.
I was forced to watch wrestling. Oh my god. Poor me.
Yes, bunch of. All right, we'll get to it.
Anyway, if this is your first time watching In the Stars, like I said at the top of the show is pretty simple. We're going to break down the star ratings from shows from AEW, WWE. This month, we've even added New Japan and Impact select matches and the top matches that Dave Meltzer has rated throughout the month of October. We're starting from the beginning of October and making our way down, and we're giving you our star ratings and criticizing Uncle Dave for his, whether it's too high, too low, or
too high
in between. Yes, usually too high. But how are you doing, Jimmy? Are you ready for this experiment once again, the second time?
I mean, the hard work's already done. I had to sit through a whole bunch of matches that weren't nearly as good as you all thought they were, and one of them, you guys gonna be mad at me because Lord knows I was mad at you watching it. Like, that ain't it, Chief. Like, that was good, but you niggas lost your mind. You was throwing all types of numbers out there. Absolutely not. We'll get into it. I do want to say disclaimer beforehand. Wrestling match is an art piece, and it's not just two artists, the two wrestlers in the ring. There's the referee, there's the booker, there's the fucking producers, there's the crowd, there's a whole bunch of shit going on. So if I criticize any match, it's not just on them. It's on a whole bunch of people. Same thing if I love it. It's a whole bunch of people.
And also, this is our opinion. This is not the opinion. You can share your opinion. You can share your opinion whether you're watching the live premiere, and you can put it in the live chat, or you definitely can put it down in the comments down below and give us your star ratings for all the matches that we're going to be talking about this month on In the Stars. But let's get into the first show, and we're going to NXT No Mercy. So we're cheating a little bit. We're going to the end of September because this was on September 30th, but the day before October started, but we didn't do it in last month's list, so we're going to do it here. But because it had two very, very good main event matches, a double main event that everybody is talking about, and some people are saying some of the highest rated WWE matches of the year for a lot of people. First up, we got from NXT No Mercy. It was Ilya Dragunov going one-on-one with Carmelo Hayes. This match going 21 minutes, 3 seconds. Ilya Dragunov hitting 3 H-bombs, including a super H-bomb off the top rope to win the NXT Championship. This was the second match of a trilogy of matches between these two men. They showed out and stole the show at the Great American Bash in the main event. Stole out and pretty much to a lot of people stole the show on this show, on this card at NXT No Mercy in Bakersfield, California. Ilya Dragunov, the new champion, So let's go to the ratings here. We got first Uncle Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter gave the match 4 3/4 stars. Meanwhile, you got CageMatch.com gave the match 9.17. 9.17 was their high. One of the highest rated WWE matches of the year from CageMatch.com. Jimmy Macram, what was your star rating for Ilya Dragunov? No Mercy.
4.5. I thought it was a really good match. I thought it was more of a Dragunov match than I expected. Dragunov, how do I say this nicely? While everything looks perfect, his selling can be a bit much at times. It does start to veer into bad Shawn Michaels territory. But I had no problem with it overall. So really, really, really good match. And Mello is a star, as long as he doesn't stand next to The Undertaker. Because then you look like a small child. Stand next to other regular people, sir. Just a thought.
Other regular people is your strength, sir. Do not stand next to others. Did you see the Great American? He's like, I think he's like 5'9", 5'10".
No, he's not. Take those lifts out your shoes, sir. Stop it. 5'8". Tops.
I mean, Adam Cole's 5'8", but he's billed as 6 feet. But same as Allen Iverson. But yes. What did you see the Great American Bash match? Their first match?
No.
Okay. So you know, nowhere where you can compare this to the other. I gave their Great American Bash match 4.5 stars. I'm the high man here on this one. I gave.
Oh my God, you did
5 stars.
Oh my God.
5 stars, ladies and gentlemen. 5 stars.
What are we doing?
The physicality, the intensity, the story, how they had the callbacks to the previous matchup and played into it, had reversals to reversals of the last matchup. The way that Dragunov was getting his head bounced off the ring, bleeding, the blood added to the drama of the matchup. This is one of my favorite WWE matches of the year.
Of the year? It should be one of your favorite WWE matches of all time if it's 5 fucking stars. What are we doing? Does it mean nothing anymore? Am I just an old man who just thinks 5-star means the best thing? I thought it was the best thing, and now it just doesn't mean that.
One of the best NXT matches of all time.
Jesus fucking Christ. This is a shame.
What?
This is a shame.
What's the shame?
5 star, like 5. Come on, what are we doing? Can we have some type of what do you call that? Self-control? Do we have to eat all the cookies in the cookie jar? Can't you just not go straight to the fucking top? 5 star? Come on. What are we doing?
5
No disrespect. You get great match. Come on. What are we doing?
5 stars.
What are we doing? Okay.
I love how disturbed you are.
I've seen a 5-star dragon. I've seen a 5-star Dragunov match.
Yeah,
it was amazing. This ain't it. No offense.
This was it. This was a Dragunov match. This is a 5-star Dragunov match.
You put that match next to that Gunther match. You think they're equals?
I think that the Gunther match is better. I can see 2 5-star matches and say one is better than the other.
You can't see 2 A+ and say one is better. No, then one is not an A+. One is not an A+. And by the way, if you were a teacher and every time somebody crossed your decks, you read an essay, you went A+, the next person, A+, the next person, A+. Then you're not A+ing, sir. You're just making marks on a page. No. 5 stars every 12 seconds.
It's not 5 stars every 12 seconds.
No. You do like
I've seen like 3, I would say close to 4,000 matches this year.
And how many are 5 stars?
20.
See, I was ready for this because I believe it or not, I was so looking forward to this. Not looking forward to, it's not the word. Getting ready for this. That I knew that was going to be. That's something you say all the time. I watch a lot of wrestling. I think, how much wrestling have I watched in my fucking life? And I did all the calculations and all the permutations. I think I've watched like 7,000 matches in my life. And I've got like 25-star matches. How do you watch that much in a year, half that, and you have the same amount of 5-star matches? Where do they do that at, sir?
It's actually, sir.
What?
Sir. It's actually 67%. 67% of 7,000 is 4,000. pretty much something like that. Not 50%. But anyway.
So you're 67% higher than I am. That's better than 100% higher.
I just put it on a calculator. I probably have seen 7,000 matches this year, so I'm probably on cue with you. I'm probably on cue.
Yeah, but 1 5-star match every week.
I will send you my
one this week. Yeah, one this week. I saw and I thought it was fucking egregious. Yeah, one last week. I thought it was less egregious, but still egregious.
Did you see Will Ospreay versus Shota Umino?
Is that who that was? Somebody sent me a match. I don't want to be rude, but it was Will Ospreay versus somebody not from America. I could tell.
Okay, we're gonna move on, folks. We're gonna move on, folks, because with Jimmy Macram, we don't have disclaimers on this brand here. But anyway, you see the ratings there. There it is. Mello versus Dragunov 2, NXT No Mercy. Meltzer gives it 4 3/4 stars. Cage Match gives it 9.17. SP3 gives it 5 stars, and Jimmy Macram gives it 4.5 stars. Now, we move on to the main event of NXT No Mercy. It was the women's championship up for grabs. Becky Lynch defending against Tiffany Stratton. This matchup going 20 minutes, 19 seconds, a barn burner of an Extreme Rules matchup. Very physically intense in this one as well, fighting through the crowd, fighting with the weapons, going through the barricade, going through tables, swantons off the top rope. Becky Lynch would pick up the victory with the manhandle slam onto a stack of chairs. So here's the rating, guys. Here we go. Becky Lynch versus Tiffany Stratton from NXT No Mercy. We got Uncle Dave Meltzer giving it 4.5 stars. We got CageMatch.com who gives it 8.44. Myself, I give it 4.25 stars. What do you give it, Jimmy Macram?
We're on the same page here. A reasonable fucking rating. Thank you, sir. My head won't explode today. I'm going 4.25. I thought it was a really good match. Only spot that bothered me was the Barbie dolls. I thought it was just dumb.
Yeah, that was
didn't look
no reason for
didn't
that.
look like it hurt. Like it's just dumb. Seen the Charlotte comparisons. I mean, she's blonde and she's on the taller side. She's talented. I get it, I guess. But Tiffany Stratton to me is so much more. I don't want to sound rude to Charlotte because it's not a rude comparison. You know what it's like? Here's a basketball analogy for all of you Negroes out there. It's the difference between like Kawhi Leonard and Michael Jordan. If you watch them, everything gets done perfectly, but Michael's looks better. He just looks graceful. Him and Kobe, they look like they're floating, really. Tiffany Stratton looks like she's floating at all times. She's so clean. I love her. She's great. I'm a star. She's a star. After Jay does whatever she's going to do, bring her up. Let her do whatever the fuck she's going to do. She's fucking great.
I agree with you. I think Tiffany Stratton is an absolute star. Only 25 years old. She's just so talented. This was kind of her coming out party. She kind of like really showed that she could step up into the main event position and go hold for hold, move for move, and stand up to the presence really of Becky Lynch in this moment. So pretty good ratings all around. Even Uncle Dave Meltzer giving it 4.5 stars. I can't say that's egregious.
It's not. Especially considering how high you went. He hates vaginas. Good on you, Uncle Dave. Continue to fight your biases.
So here's the ratings. Becky Lynch versus Tiffany Stratton from NXT No Mercy. Uncle Dave Meltzer giving it 4.5 stars. Cage Match gives it 8.44. SP3, 4.25. Jimmy Macram, 4.25. Now we're moving on to events, Jimmy Macram. We're going on to AEW WrestleDream. Now we're in the month of October. This was on October 1st, 2023 from Seattle, Washington. There was a lot of matches on this card, so we're not going to go into all of them. Yes, maybe a little bit too many, especially for someone like Jimmy Macram. But we are going to discuss the main matches, and we're going to start off with basically a first time ever matchup Swerve Strickland going one-on-one with Hangman Adam Page. These two men have been feuding for a number of months, and this matchup really delivered in a big way, going 20 minutes, 12 seconds. Physical. This had a lot of emotion to it, really like a grudge match, and they really showed that in the lengths they were willing to go. Whether it was Hangman with the dead eye on the steel steps, Swerve attacking the arm of Hangman, giving him the Swerve stomp on the apron when the doctors were checking him out. Then Nana getting involved, and then the finish where Swerve used Nana's crown to get the victory, to get the biggest win of his AEW career. But of course, it's time for the ratings. It's time for the ratings, y'all. So, Uncle Dave Meltzer, Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Adam Page at AEW WrestleDream. Meltzer gives the match 4 3/4 stars. CageMatch.com gives the match 8.91. I give the match 4 3/4 stars. What do you give the match?
4 1/4. I'm not going to bash you guys' rating because as long as it's not 5, I guess I can breathe till the next 5 comes around. It was a really good match. Hangman's great in the ring, at least, not necessarily backstage or on the mic when it comes to decision making or helping you come. And it's not important. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the match. Stay focused. And Swerve is great as always. As always, he's really found his level here. He's a main event guy. He comes across as such. And desperately needing this win, and I'm glad it panned out. Time to give it all back at the next pay-per-view.
Probably so, after you tried to smother a baby with a t-shirt. I mean, that's the type of guy that probably shouldn't win back-to-back pay-per-views. He should probably get a little bit of comeuppance. But
yeah, I guess.
you're like, yeah, let the baby smother. He deserves it.
Yes. Where was the mom at? Where was the dad? Is it my fault?
So the fault of the parents is
the fault of the parents for leaving their door unlocked and or easily break-inable versus what's the mom doing? She's sleeping? You don't got a baby monitor? See, this is irresponsible parenting, and then we blame Swerve.
We don't know if they drugged the mom or something like that. You don't know. Ooh. They do swerve when they drive. Yeah.
This is true. Maybe the mom. I'll be nice. I don't know.
Ooh, okay, let's not do that.
She seems nice. You know, she has poor choice in men.
Oh, Jesus Christ, this guy is ridiculous. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, here's the ratings. Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Adam Page from AEW WrestleDream. Meltzer gives the match 4 3/4 stars. Cage Match gives it 8.91. SP3 4 3/4 stars. Jimmy Macram 4 1/4 stars. Now we got the matchup that I'm sure a lot of people were waiting for us to discuss. AEW WrestleDream was named that for dream matches, and this one would be considered such. Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. This one was billed as a technical wrestling masterclass, and boy, oh boy, did it deliver that. It also delivered one of the all-time great commentary performances from Jon Moxley, playing the role of Randy Marsh, getting drunk at a softball game, watching Stan Marsh and cheering him on. In the end, it was Bryan Danielson with the Psycho knee, picking up the victory, 23 minutes, 12 seconds. But of course, we are here for the ratings. Uncle Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter gave the match 5.5 stars.
You can't even get upset. You just laugh.
We got CageMatch.com gave the match 9.61. So one of the highest rated cage match matches of the year. Jimmy Macram, what did you give the match?
4 3/4. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was beautifully done. I'm not big on like, you know, those SmackDown games, they would have like cruiserweight moves, and then the two wrestlers would like move in like a sequence before they did the standoff. I'm a little more fond of the technical version of that. You see Benoit Angle like catch can wrestling. I've never seen it quite done as well as I did here. It was so real. It just looked great. I fucking loved it. Can't go 5 though, but it was great.
I think you're just the person who needs to watch a match fucking 5 times to give it 5 stars, because this is the greatest technical wrestling match of all time, in my opinion. I just think that it was just so believable, so violent, but at the same time, it told just a very simple but beautiful story of violence. It was like they started off with trying to go hold for hold, and I love John Moxley explaining the two styles that Zack Sabre Jr. goes in with the strategy. He's gonna start at your ankle, and then he's gonna move his way up to your arm, and then he'll go after your neck, and he doesn't keep a submission on for more than 6 seconds because he'll go to another submission because he's always looking for the submission win. Then Bryan Danielson, on the other hand, he's more of a reactive technical wrestler. If you try to get him on a hold, he's going to know the counter to that, then the reversal to that. And you saw that play out for the first 10 minutes of the matchup. And then the story became Bryan's arm when Zack Sabre Jr. realized, I can't beat this man going hold for him. I got to outsmart him. So I got to try to get it. What he always does when he's in these matches with like the Ishiis, the Shingos, the hard hitting guys from New Japan, he always tries to goat them into the hard hitting because he knows that's their style and he knows how to reverse that in the submission. With Bryan, he was just looking for him to use the bad arm. Bryan's using the left arm and he's like, oh, you're not going to use your good arm? He's like, you're not going to use it. He goats him in. It's like the funniest moment of this matchup for me, where I was just popping outside of Moxley was just hilarity throughout this matchup. But I love that just piece of that story right there. And that is why I went last here, because I adjusted my rating here. And I've taken
What was it before?
I've taken the advice of Jimmy Macram. And I'm going to give the match 5+ stars. 5+ stars. Yes. 5 stars plus. For the first time ever, I'm giving a match 5+ stars, because this was plus better than a 5-star matchup. At least plus. I won't go all the way to give it 6, which that was my initial reaction. This is the greatest technical wrestling matchup of all time. This might be one of the greatest wrestling matches of all time. But I was like, no. Levy down. It's at least 5 stars. And I was like, no, it's better than most of my 5-star matches. So 5 stars plus.
Okay. For those who keep track at home, 2 events, 2 5-star matches. Let's go. Next.
I got Uncle Dave's rating wrong here. I forgot to add a star here.
Oh, yeah, it was 5 and a
5.5.
5.5.
5.5.
On a 6-star, on a 7-star, on a 11 star His horseshit explanation, by the way, for those you keep track at home, is that it's like, what was it? It's like earthquakes. The numbers can be whatever the number is. And more importantly, as wrestling continues to evolve, we'll see better and better matches, because people feel that's not, that is not true.
I agree.
Then you're joining Uncle Dave in the wrong line. As technology improves, movies don't get better. The effects get better, but the movies don't get better. That's not how that works. Wrestling is an art form. It's not a fucking sport. Continue.
Jimmy Macram, ladies and gentlemen. And also,
the angry old man. I had this argument on fucking Twitter.
You screaming at the sky all the time. Relax. It's wrestling.
Yes. It's art. You people should take it more seriously.
I take it very seriously.
Handing out stars out of the wazoo.
I don't hand it out the wazoo. This was special.
2 events. We got 4, 2, 5. We're 100% for 5-star matches per event, sir. Already.
Hey, I'll give you one guarantee: you won't see a 5-star matchup from me on the next event. But we got Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. from AEW WrestleDream. Uncle Dave Meltzer giving the match 5.5 stars. CageMatch.com giving the match 9.61, one of their highest rated matches of 2023. Myself, first time, 5+ stars. And Jimmy Macram needs to watch the match at least 4 more times, because he gives the match 4 3/4 stars.
I gotta be honest, I don't see it. My new scale, it's thanks to Gunther and Dragunov. Thank you, gentlemen, by the way.
It's just clear.
This
is better than Gunther and Dragunov.
right, let's continue.
It is. I mean,
it's
but
not.
I mean,
it's not the same discussion. It's not even the same boat. I love Dragon, the best in the world, and the best ever.
It definitely is. I love
Dragon
this.
Gunter, the greatest match ever. Not named.
I had to watch. I had to watch Gunther Dragunov twice to give it 5 stars. But
I had to watch
anyway,
it for 10 minutes.
I know that's the difference between me and a professional who does these star ratings and someone who is new to the game, who just adjusted.
New to the game of my opinions.
You're new to this game. You just adjusted your star ratings. I mean, you admitted that. I mean,
unlike some other people, I don't just add a star.
You working with a new. You working with a new scale. You don't even know what it's like. You don't even know how to drive the scale. You don't even know how to drive it.
Star scale, folks. That is what it is. Uncle Dave corrupt your minds. It's 5 stars. Motherfucker, what do you call that? Gaslit all y'all. It's like earthquakes. Don't listen to that nigga. He's lying. You fucking serious?
And then finally, from AEW WrestleDream, we got the main event of the show, which was for the TNT Championship. Best 2 out of 3 falls. Christian Cage going one-on-one with Darby Allin in an absolute fucking murder. Oh my God, this spot might be one of the most gruesome, like cringe-worthy spots in wrestling history. It was just like I've never like been like wincing watching a spot go down because of how much work it took to even get this done. He couldn't get him done. He couldn't get him off the apron and do it the first time. He drops him down. Then he has to like body him up, lift him up. It's like Darby is dead weight, and then he just drags him and drops him down on the steel steps. Man, this is just brutal. Christian doing a frog splash off the top rope into Darby on a stretcher. You had the exposed ring boards adding to the drama in the end of this. Then Nick Wayne gets involved and he turns heel. He finds his new daddy in Christian Cage, hitting Darby Allin with the TNT Championship. Christian Cage retains 2-1 in the best 2 out of 3 falls matchup to retain the TNT Championship. 25 minutes, 17 seconds. Of course, you also had Adam Copeland, the rated R superstar, make his AEW debut. Looked like he was going to align, quote unquote, with the Christian Coalition. But of course, he is babyface and protects Sting from a post-match beatdown. But you're not here for all of that. You're here for the ratings. So Christian Cage versus Darby Allin from AEW WrestleDream. We got Uncle Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter giving the match 4.5 stars. We got CageMatch.com giving the match 9.01. We got myself giving the match 4.5 stars. What did you give the match?
4.25. I thought it was a very good match. Darby's out of his fucking mind. People talking about he won't be able to walk when he's 50. We can lower that by at least a few years. Call it 40. He might not live to 50.
Well, what he does outside the ring, you might be right.
Fucking heinous. Whatever. Listen, enjoy your life. It's yours. Do what you want with it. And we always talk about Brock Lesnar, Dragon, and Roman as the kind of the best kick-outers at 2 9/10. Christian is up there for me. I knew who won this match, and they caught myself a couple times like, wow, that was fucking fantastic. Go ahead, sir.
Especially on the roll-up, the jackknife pin that he beat him on Collision.
Oh, he's so good.
And he beat him in the first fall with that move. When he does it later in the matchup, that's a great near fall.
Christian's fucking great. I'm so glad he's getting this run. He deserves it more than ever. Oh, before we go, because I assume we're done with WrestleDream.
Yes, we are.
Because I was forced to watch all this. The 6-man tag. I don't remember who was in that. I want to say
that was
Ospreay.
the Don Callis family, Will Ospreay, Sammy Guevara, and Konosuke Takeshita versus the Golden Lovers of Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi, and Chris Jericho.
Do you remember what you gave that? I
gave that match 4.5 stars.
Jesus fucking Christ. 3.5. And I love Ospreay. I love Ospreay, by the way. I'm such a fan. By the way, watching that Speedball match, you got to see like Ospreay look into his past back when he sucked.
I wish I had a disclaimer right now, ladies and gentlemen, because this man is out of line.
He put on some muscle. He's
out
got
of
this
line.
deep voice. Hey, what the fuck, bro? And he's a star now. All of a sudden, Ospreay's fucking great. Yeah, 3.5. And I gave Statlander Julia 3.25. I really liked both those matches.
I gave Statlander Julia to 3.5, I believe. Yeah,
and I'm at 3.5. And I'm at 3.5. I might give it a bump just for that fucking corner spot Julia Hart did.
The near fall on the moonsault press. That's when it clipped. Like I don't even write ratings if it's not higher than 3.5. I don't write it down. I watch much more matches. I could give you my Google Doc of what I've written down as star ratings. Yes, it's a Google Doc of 36 pages. So yes, that's how many matches I've written down for star ratings, but that doesn't count all the matches I've watched in 2023. That's just all the matches I've rated above 3.5 stars. And yeah, this is one of those matches where I was just like, you have to have that moment where I have to put you on the list, and it's like that was that moment, the moonsault press when she kicked out.
She's so good. Their future is bright. As soon as they leave AEW, go to Impact, go someplace. Absolutely.
Smartly, they're keeping them in the title picture, Julia and Chris. So at least they're doing that.
As you should.
AEW WrestleDream main event: Christian Cage versus Darby Allin. Uncle Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter giving the match 4.5 stars. Cage match gives it 9.01. SP3 gives it 4.5 stars, and Jimmy Macram gives it 4.25 stars. This man refuses to give any match 5 stars.
Dragunov and Gunther. I told you. I'm not hating on the new guys.
Hey, we gotta wait. We gotta wait till Bash in Berlin for another 5-star matchup from Jimmy Macram. That's basically what this man just said. He's like, if I see that match again, I'll give you your 5 stars. All right.
I want to see 2 people try to murder each other. That's 5 stars. Austin
that's the only thing that counts as 5 stars to you.
Get in there and try to kill each other. 5.
You know, there's other forms of matches.
Yeah, lesser ones, less good ones. Ray Eddie may be, and that's the complete opposite of an attempted murder. That might be Halloween Havoc. That is. That's
one of those ones where I look back on. I'm like, it's a fucking crime he didn't get that 5 stars. He has so many 4 3/4 matches where I'm less like, how's that not like from your qualifications from the other matches you've given 5 stars to? How is that not 5 stars?
It took place in America. Production
in 1997. But next we go to WWE Fastlane now, and we're going to start off with the opener to the show, which was the Judgment Day, defending the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships against the team of Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. This match going 20 minutes, 43 seconds, and it saw Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso winning the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships in a bit of an upset here, Jimmy. Title change here. So let's go to the ratings. Uncle Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter gave the match 4.25 stars. CageMatch.com gave the match 7.46. What did you give the match?
3 3/4 stars. It was a really good tag team match. It is the best version of the match we'd see twice more that night. I thought it was really good. Cody's a star, and it all worked for me. It all worked.
You said 3 3/4?
Yes, sir.
There we go. These are reasonable ratings for this matchup. I think I gave the match 4 stars.
Not mad at it.
4 stars. 4 stars. It was
really good match.
A hot opener. I would say if you called it a great match, that might be the high. I would go for it. I would not be any higher than that, but definitely a hot way to open up the show for sure.
Yes, Meltzer gave Cody the bump because we know he's a fan of Cody.
Of course. Started at AEW. He's making more money because of that. So we go.
Wait, did you hear him say Tony Khan's not Book of the Year? Did you hear this?
Yeah.
The check didn't clear. I'm joking. He's right.
I was debating it, and I was like, yeah, I have too many issues with Tony Khan and Triple H. I was like, I'm kind of leaning towards Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels or Gato from New Japan.
Sure. Whatever. It's not Tony Khan.
Yeah.
That much I do know.
Yeah.
Dave Meltzer says it. Well, he did say that. Yeah, he's wrong about that too. But that's it, Shawn Michaels. NXT is fucking fantastic. It's like watching
fantastic.
soap opera.
Fantastic. See, you always talk about people saying adjectives that are too high. You went too high.
Fantastic. No. There are attempted murders. There are backstage brawls. There is this ridiculous soap opera nonsense going on with Trick and Mello. Fantastic is the word you're looking for, sir.
That segment with Trick and Mello and Brian Pillman Jr.
I love that. Fantastic. That's what counts. I thought we were talking about the booking. I thought we were not going to worry about this guy who can't act. That's not his fault. It's his fault now that Brian Pillman Jr. can't act.
No,
you see this?
No,
you see this?
It's the fact that he sucked all the energy and intrigue out of the room. Like, I had never seen that. I had never seen something where like I thought it was just me. And then I just saw the viral clips of close-ups of the people in the crowd. And then I saw people's reaction on social media. And it was just like, oh, okay, it wasn't just me. Okay, I feel fine now. I feel normal.
That was shocking. I can't remember the last time I've seen something quite that. Like, I've seen performances worse than that, but never in that big of a spot. It's like if, I can't think of a WWE guy off the top of my fucking head. It was like LA Knight and Roman in the ring, and then this fucking Gilbert came out and started talking. Wait, what? What is this? Why is this here right now? Oh, yeah, it's not the greatest idea in the world.
Not wise decision. Not a wise one. But we go to WWE Fastlane here. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus the Judgment Day. Uncle Dave Meltzer giving the match 4.25 stars. Cage Match gives it 7.46. I gave it 4 stars, and Jimmy Macram 3.75 stars. Now we're going to go to the semi-main event of WWE Fastlane. And yes, we're going to the match that was basically the same as this match, but not as good. Not as good. It wasn't as good. It wasn't as good. Basically, how I could describe this match is John Cena gets beat up for very, 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 very long time. And then he tags to LA Knight. They make a comeback. They get cut off. They make another comeback. They hit the BFT. He wins. That's it. It went 17 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. 17 minutes. Yes, that's a very long time. Very long time to watch this matchup. 17 minutes, 21 seconds. John Cena and LA Knight picking up the win. But of course, you are here for the star ratings. And Uncle Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter gave the match 3.5 stars. CageMatch.com, on the other hand, gave the match 6.09. What did you give Cena and LA Knight versus the Bloodline?
You said Dave gave it 3.5?
Yeah, he gave it 3.5.
Listen, I love LA Knight. And he did the least amount of bad in this matchup compared to everybody else. The match wasn't bad. It was like 3 stars, a 3-star match. It's a match that's there. It's a match that we have to extend because we forgot to add a match to the card.
We got to get the Bloodline on the card, guys. So what we gonna do?
How about we make it 10 minutes and get the fuck out of here? Jesus. Yeah, it was fine. It's just entirely too long. 3 stars. Let's move on for life.
We finally got a match, y'all. I gave the match 3 stars. I originally was up there with Dave. I think I gave it 3.5, and then I had to review the match, and I realized that the match was that description that I gave, and I was like, you know what? I was a little too high there, so let me come back down to earth, watch this match again, and I was like, yeah, this is a 3-star TV match. Yeah, 3-star
Yeah,
TV.
I don't get it. Was it just we were not pressed for time, but we realized we weren't gonna make our 3-hour quota? Because I can't see another reason to make it 3 this long at all. Like, even a little bit.
And all I will say is that John Cena was the worst person in this match. I'm sorry. Guys.
What is he supposed to do? He's getting beat up. He's taking the heat.
He didn't do it. He didn't sell well. That's what I'm trying to say. You didn't even take the ass kicking well.
I think it doesn't help that nobody really bought the Bloodline winning this fucking match. I mean,
that too.
We know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you're John Cena. You're Roman's lackeys. You're not gonna win. All right. Finally, from WWE Fastlane, we had the main event, Last Man Standing. It was Shinsuke Nakamura challenging Seth freaking Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. Another match that got a lot of time, but they used it very well. 28 minutes, 25 seconds. Seth Rollins retains the World Heavyweight Championship with a big old Falcon arrow off production cases through some tables, and he was the last man standing, retaining the World Heavyweight Championship. Despite my misgivings and my criticisms of Seth Rollins' title reign, it has nothing to do with him. It has to do with how they book his title reign, because he's delivered on pay-per-view. So we got the ratings here, and the ratings are Seth freaking Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura from WWE Fastlane. Uncle Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter gave the match 4.5 stars. CageMatch.com, on the other hand, gave the match 7.55. I gave the match 4.25 stars. What did you give the last man standing match with Shinsuke Nakamura and Seth Rollins?
We have another match. I gave it 4.25. I thought it was really well done. I thought, mainly because I could buy into Nakamura winning several times. A couple of really big spots. Seth sold the back well. Yeah. Overall, I felt like it was a main event, pay-per-view, main event worthy match.
Exactly. That's all it needed to be. Is it going to be the most memorable main event from WWE this year? No, not even in the slightest. But it is more memorable than their match at Payback. I'll give them that. It was definitely a big upgrade from their match at Payback, based on our ratings. If you watch In the Stars episode 1, so yes, this delivered in a big way. It blew off the feud, and I thought that this was it made me feel like, hey, Fastlane wasn't that bad of a show at the end.
No, it's a boring show at times, but not bad.
Yeah, I can't even say Uncle Dave giving it 4.5 stars is egregious.
No, not egregious. Especially for a WWE show. That means he really thought it was 5.5, but he took a fucking star off. Fucking WWE in front. Look.
Unless Gunther's in the match, then he's like, you know what? I can get over this. These other letters, these big bold letters of Gunther, those are more important than the WWE letters. He's a smart man. So for this next one, Jimmy Macram did not do his homework, so he's gonna have to sit out here. So we'll take him down from our tally board here, and it will just be me, Uncle Dave, and Cage Match. But we go to NJPW. Goddamn, you didn't have to get out the fucking picture, you dick. But yeah, NJPW, Royal Quest 3 from October 14th, 2023. And this show featured the main event of Will Ospreay going one-on-one with Zack Sabre Jr. for the IWGP United Kingdom Championship. The two UK-born superstars went out there and put on an epic showdown in the main event. 31 minutes, 19 seconds. Will Ospreay picking up the victory in this one with the Stormbreaker to retain the IWGP United Kingdom Championship. But of course, you are not here for all of that. You are here for the star ratings. So, NJPW Royal Quest See, even Jimmy came back to hear the star ratings for this.
I'm curious.
NJPW Royal Quest 3 Will Ospreay versus Zack Sabre Jr. We got Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter going once again to his well of breaking the scale, giving the match 5.5 stars. Another Will Ospreay match going over the scale. You got CageMatch.com giving this match 9.33. 9.33. Very impressive. 9.33. And then finally, you have myself, SP3, giving the match 5 stars. This was an amazing matchup. Just two guys that have completely different styles, but Will Ospreay just can go hold for hold with one of the best technical wrestlers ever in Zack Sabre Jr. and then do a high flying move in the next instinct. And the sequences, the way they just go back and forth, how they can go from a high flying maneuver into a submission, just how they flow with their mat work, their storytelling, the psychology, and then everybody, just the crowd, just elevated this matchup in a big way, just living and dying on each move of each competitor. This is a special type of matchup, and probably Zack Sabre right out there with the Bryan Danielson matchup. I feel like this is the two matches that kind of propel Zack Sabre Jr. to be the guy that needs to take over the top gaijin spot for Will Ospreay when he's gonna leave New Japan Pro Wrestling next February.
Okay. Let's see. This is all in the month of October?
All in the month of October.
3 5-star matches. All right. Let's keep it going. We got, what was it, 20 something this year and 3 in this month? We would average about 30, all things considered. But you know what? Whatever. Maybe this is a special month.
Some months are better. Yeah, this is special.
It's a special month.
This is. Will Ospreay versus Zack Sabre Jr. from NJPW Royal Quest 3. Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter going 5.5 stars. Excuse me, 5.5 stars.
You can't even say it. It makes no fucking sense to say it. 5.5.
5.5 stars. CageMatch.com giving the match 9.33, and SP3 giving the match 5 stars.
I do want to watch it. I love what Ospreay's been doing, so I'm curious.
You should. Yeah, and I think you told me you like Zack Sabre Jr. as well.
Oh,
you like the Bryan match. Yeah.
Great.
I that's why we need to know on the next edition of In the Stars what you thought was the better match of Zack Sabre Jr. The Ospreay match or the Bryan match.
I'm very curious.
And I'll give you my answer then. I'll wait till you see both matches.
Well, and we know what your answer is. You gave Dragon 5-star plus, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Pay attention.
You do. You're good. You're a smart man. I appreciate you. But we're going to another Will Ospreay matchup, and we're going to a different promotion altogether for this one. Impact Wrestling, excuse me. Impact Bound for Glory 2023 featured Will Ospreay back in an Impact Wrestling ring for the first time since 2016, and they put him in there with one of their best in-ring workers, Speedball Mike Bailey, and they went out there and had what many are calling one of the best Impact matches of all time, one of the best TNA matches of all time. This match only did not even go over the 20-minute mark like a lot of the other big matches that we talked about on this show. This match going 17 minutes, 59 seconds, just a sensational matchup of just unbelievable athleticism and agility and creativity and innovation in the ring. Just Ospreay, Speedball put out moves that he has never done before in this matchup, like a freaking Spanish fly fisherman buster at one point, which he called the Chaos Wrath or something like that. Crazy stuff. Will Ospreay picking up the victory with the Stormbreaker in this one, but you're not here for all of that. You're here for the ratings. So we go to the ratings. Will Ospreay versus Speedball Mike Bailey from Impact Bound for Glory. Uncle Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter giving the match 5.25 stars, the highest rated Impact matchup of all time. CageMatch.com gives the match 9.27. 9.27. I'm gonna check right now. We're gonna do this live on air. Where does that rank against the Christopher Daniels versus Samoa Joe matchup? Because that's been the whole conversation ever since this match
Really
went down. Let's see what Cage Match gave that. Cage Match. So this is the first one here. Cage Match gives that one 9.67. So that's much higher.
At least you bums got that right.
And then myself, I gave this match, Speedball versus Ospreay, 5 stars. Jimmy Macram, what did you give the match?
So we're at 4, right? Just want to be careful. Keep it count. I first have to give props to, you don't usually plug anybody who doesn't give me a paycheck, but I am going to plug TJR Wrestling.net. Alex, I'm not going to try to pronounce his fucking last name. I'll tell you why. After I watched that Gunther Dragunov match, I needed, you ever have an out-of-body experience and you need, further confirmation from other people that you're not bugging? I went searching the internet for reviews of that fucking match. I love the match so much, I needed other... No, I'm an egomaniac. But I still needed other people to tell me I was right. And they did. And he has a whole list of 5-star match reviews. He goes and watches 5-star matches to see if they actually 5-star matches. And he gave... This is why it's important. He gave Omega and Ospreay. Well, he gave the Gunther match that I'm talking about 5 stars. He gave that fucking Ospreay Omega match 4.25. And I went the balls on this guy to give it 4.25. Even I don't have those kind of... Huh? The first one.
Oh shit.
The first one. Oh my God, that's shocking. Holy shit. Who does that? And as I watched this Mike Bailey fucking Ospreay match, I was gonna go higher than I went. And I went, no, have the courage of your fucking conviction, like Alex what's his face did, and you give it what you're actually thinking, sir. 4 stars. 4 fucking stars. I was like, just give it 4.25 so they don't fucking... No. 4 fucking stars. I'm manning up. I'm giving it the 4. It was a really exciting matchup. But listen, no disrespect. Has Speedball been on the channel?
Yes, he has.
No disrespect to Speedball whatsoever.
Oh, God. That means it's going to be all disrespect, ladies and gentlemen.
No disrespect. But what kind of Karate Kid ass this, yo? Every 12 seconds, we're looking at the crowd and we're doing this. We're doing this. Oh, it's just this corny horseshit. And he dresses like a fucking karate hobo. I just was so bothered by him from the jump. I was fighting to give him a chance. But you stop. It's supposed to be a fight. You're stopping every second to look at the crowd. Then this. Ospreay was great. Ospreay's always great. That fucking when they go to opposite corners and he's about to do his fucking twirly kick, and Ospreay runs and just fucking wipes him the fuck out. It's one of the greatest things I've ever seen. I watched it 4 fucking 5 times in a row. I kept rewinding that spot.
I love that and the kick sequence. The Kawada kicks into the super kicks into the hook kick into Speedball. I think he's won the sequence with the Insiguri, and then Ospreay says, "No,
he fucking wipes him." You know what? You can give it 4.25.
See, this is why I always say, with what we do, we kind of need to talk about the match and before we gotta give the rating, because when you remember some stuff that you enjoyed from the matchup, you'd be like, all right, yeah, I can give that bump. I think that's why I have 25-star match. But I would say out of my 25-star matches, I think only maybe 2 I've given bumps to, where I was like, you know what? No, yeah, I liked it that much. I'm going to have the convention that I liked it that much. I'm going to go 5.
Fair enough. I didn't see 5 in a little bit. And I heard this was the match of the year. I'm like, isn't that my favorite Ospreay match this year? What are we talking about?
This is the Impact match of the year, that's for sure.
Maybe, sure. Sounds right. I mean, who do they have? I mean, I apologize. Never mind. Go ahead.
I would say out of the Ospreay 5-star matches that I have this year, this would probably be the on the low end of the list.
So knock it down. You'll feel better about yourself. Knock it down. Ospreay doesn't deserve to have this on his 5-star resume. Knock this down.
No, he does, because Impact deserves to have it on their resume.
See, that's what I just felt like. It felt like it was a big. I gotta be honest. It felt like it was a big night for TNA / Impact. Everybody kind of came together to give this, and it just wasn't that. Sorry,
ladies and gentlemen, I am standing by my 5-star rating, but I will say, to back up Jimmy Macram, if the same matchup happened in a New Japan ring, I probably would have given it 4.5 stars. I think it is. I think he does make a good point that it's the fact that it's in the Impact. It's setting as well. It's all these different elements that makes a matchup, and it's because this matchup happened in an Impact Wrestling ring where it had no business happening in an Impact Wrestling ring. It was just like. Yeah, it's like yeah, I gotta go all the way. I gotta go. I lived in it. Like, this was a in the moment 5 stars. Like, I don't know if I watch it back, I'm gonna go that high. But in that moment of watching that matchup live, I love this match. I love this was like what people describe how those mad Fast and Furious fans are. Like how they love Fast and Furious. That's how I love this.
Yes, that is a perfect analogy. Yes. And you people like me, fucking film snobs, telling you this stinks. Don't you see? And you refuse to listen. Fair enough. You like what you like. All right. What can I say? I don't get it. I really do not.
He's so upset, ladies and gentlemen.
He's so upset. This is the one that got me upset. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I've seen a 5-star Ospreay match. It didn't look anything like this. It had a fucking story.
And it's crazy because the either one of the Ricochet matches I didn't go 5 stars for, but this I did, and that's why I'm saying that to add credence to your point of it being in an Impact ring might be the reason why it had this buzz, and what the reason why an Uncle Dave would go 5.25 or I would go 5 stars. Yeah, that's probably an element to it. Is that it's in an Impact ring, and it's just like, man, Impact hasn't been this good since the
yeah. Come on, man. This shit's gonna be on the internet for all time. You really want to have this on your fucking conscience?
Yep.
People 30 years from now look up this match and go, huh?
Yep.
Huh?
That was 5 stars. Yep. That was 5
It's gonna
stars.
be, you know what it's gonna be like? You know what it's gonna be like? Not nearly to this level, but it's gonna be like all of us who finally reached teenagehood and we turn on Brett versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 12. We've heard it's the greatest match fucking ever, and it fucking isn't. It's not even close. It's a fucking bore. And we all know it. You know, all these old people told us it was great, and it isn't. It's just
Brett versus Shawn. I remember when I was a kid, like that was my favorite match, and then I watched it with adult eyes, and it was just like, no, it was my favorite match because they were my favorite 2 wrestlers. That's what it was. That's what it was. There's a difference. That's what it was for me at that time. But we got one more match to do, Jimmy Macram, but Will Ospreay versus Speedball Mike Bailey from Impact Bound for Glory. The final numbers are in, and here we are. Uncle Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter gave the match 5.25 stars, the highest rated Impact matchup of all time. CageMatch.com gave the match 9.27. SP3 gives the match 5 stars. And Jimmy Macram gives the match 4.25 stars.
Yeah. Sorry, Alex, whatever your face. I folded under pressure.
He remembered some sequences. Unlike Yo, I can't believe this. This is my favorite one. This is my favorite. No, we've only done 2. We've only done 2. But this is my favorite one. All right, this is my favorite one, lady. All right, We got one more match to do here, Jimmy, and we're going to be different here. We're going to actually do a TV matchup because one of the biggest AEW TV matches happened on the October 28th edition of AEW on AEW Collision this year, as they determined who would be the longest reigning and greatest AEW World Champion of all time, as former champion Kenny Omega challenged the current champion MJF just 3 days before MJF could become the longest reigning champion. And these two guys went out there and had an epic showdown, a move for move, absolute clinic of a wrestling match. Two baby faces going out there, bringing their hardest hitting stuff, their biggest moves, and kicking out of them, hitting hard. It was very hard hitting and physical throughout. But in the end, a Don Callis distraction stopped Kenny Omega from hitting the One Ring Angel, and it was MJF tapping into his friendship with Adam Cole, hitting a Panama Sunrise, followed by the Heat Seeker to retain the AEW World Championship in another match that MJF can basically put up on his mantle of this title reign that has had numerous classic bouts. But you're here for the numbers, right? They're here for the numbers. So let's take a look at these numbers. So we got Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter. He gave the match 4 3/4 stars.
Uncle Dave came in clutch. Holy shit. It's the first one he's got right all night.
CageMatch.com gave the match 9.25. SP3 gave the match 5 stars. Jimmy Macram, what did you give this match?
So that's 5. That's 5 on a night. How can you even argue with me when I say you get one every week? It's literally 4 weeks in fucking October. What did I give it? Hold on. 4 1/4. I thought it was a really good match. I guess that's great. Great match. Some stuff bothered me.
He doesn't even want to say it's a great match. Oh my god.
Some stuff really bothered me in this.
Like what?
We can start with MJF almost breaking his fucking neck. If not for Kenny Omega, if you want to start there, we'll work our way fucking backwards. The fucking lack of coherent rules in fucking AEW. Sometimes there's DQs. Sometimes you can put a motherfucker through a table. Or the Kenny Omega rule. It's like Raven rules. Because Omega puts motherfuckers through tables every 12 seconds.
Yes, he does. In his big matches, he always does that. Yeah. Even since Japan. Since Japan, it's been like that. And for the most part, MJF has been. Remember the Iron Man match? Remember like the Adam Cole matchup? MJF has done that a couple of times too.
So here's my thing, though. Here's where I'm trying to help the writing, and it just falls apart because they don't stay consistent. MJF is the champion. So when MJF puts somebody through a table, I just go, oh, he's trying to get himself disqualified. Or he doesn't mind if he gets disqualified. Omega just does it. What if you lose? What if you get DQ'd? Now what? Stupid. Now what? You're fucked. Yeah, listen. Match was really good. The Don Callis interference didn't bother me. It's part of the story, which I enjoyed. Then we kind of just picked up where we left off. Like, it didn't even happen. I listened. I thought it was a really good match. I don't have a problem getting wait on free TV. It's just not 5 stars.
I think this is one y'all can probably bully me into 4 3/4.
Do it. I mean, come on, man. I mean, Omega's got plenty.
You haven't told me anything to make me go down.
The same reason Statlander and Julia Hart isn't 5 stars. It just isn't. Like, why do I have to come up with reasons that it is? It isn't. It just isn't. That stuff you just watched wasn't it. It just isn't. It's a really good match. There's no super duper coherent story. MJF is fun in the beginning. Doing his heel stuff. They go back and forth. They prove that they're each other's equals. That's a situation. That's not a story. And it is what it is.
That is a story.
It is not a story. That is not. It has a beginning and a middle and an end. That's a story.
That's a story.
Two motherfuckers trapped in a room isn't a story. No, but you see, they're trying to get out of the room. That's not a story. I get it. That's not a story. You're telling me a situation. Two motherfuckers trapped in the room. Motherfuckers get trapped in the room, then they leave and they go to fucking Mexico. Blah, blah, blah. That's a story. Two motherfuckers trapped in the room trying to get out. It's not a story. It isn't.
That's not this match. They're not trapped in a room.
They're equals. Okay, I hear you. It's equals. Yes. Now what? Oh, no,
they're not equals because Kenny Omega was on his way to victory, but he still has that devil on his shoulder that keeps being a distraction in his life.
Yes, it's another situation you told me. Fucking Omega is better than MJF, but fucking Callis is there. That's the situation. This is the situation. Is it? Oh my god! Oh,
this story.
Fucking heart attack.
I relented. See, I'm not all bad, guys.
I gave it half.
You give it. You go half. You'll go half.
I give it half.
I thought you said a quarter.
Oh, I give it half.
There we go. See, look at that. Look at us compromising. Look at us compromising, guys.
Helping the people. Make sure you change it on your Google Docs. Don't forget.
I will.
It's important.
I will. I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna do it live while we're recording this.
And
wait till it loads.
I watched, instead of Ospreay and Zack Sabre Jr., I forgot that's what we're doing. I watched Christian and Dragon. I gave that 4.5.
That's the same rating I gave it. Same rating I give it. So we're right on.
You agreed 3 times.
Look at that
this whole thing.
Proud of us. Look at us. Do you think we've ever be here? All right,
not me.
I'm changing it on my Google Doc right now, ladies and gentlemen. After his bullying, he bullied me into this. MJF and Kenny Omega is in my 4 3/4 stars part of my graph, which is all right because now I only have one match on the second page of my 5 stars.
Okay, I have a question. This is for all time, or this is just for this year?
This year.
How many 5-star matches do you have since you have it open?
1, just 5 stars or 5-star plus?
5 and up. I can't believe we're saying this. Yes, 5 and up.
7, 8, 14, 15. Oh, it's 23.
That's actually better than I thought. We'll take it. We'll take it.
It's actually better than I thought.
That's 2 and change a month.
Actually, I'm gonna make it. I actually just rewatched one of these matches, and I was like, nah, this is 4 3/4. So it's actually 22.
Which one's this?
The second Kenny Omega versus Vikingo. Man, y'all making Kenny Omega lose 5-star matches because y'all making me re-rate stuff.
Are most of these Ospreay matches? How many does Ospreay have this fucking year?
Give me 1 second. Let me make this correction before I forget, because then I'll get mad at myself. All right. So Will Ospreay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6.
That's rather impressive. I mean, if I bought all of them, but this is something I did. That's rather impressive.
So, final match we rated here one more time, just with my correction after bullying of Jimmy Macram. MJF versus Kenny Omega from the October 28, 2023 edition of AEW Collision. Uncle Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter gave the match 4 3/4 stars. CageMatch.com gave the match 9.25. Myself, after some bullying, gave it 4 3/4 stars. And Jimmy Macram gave it 4.5 stars.
See that? That's called consistency all throughout. We all saw the same thing, more or less. That's a win.
We're only, like I said, if we get through one of these and we are only off from each other by like a half or a quarter, that's fine. When we get like 3/4 or more, that's usually what we separate with like Uncle Dave when he's too high.
Yes. On almost everything, but yes.
Sometimes, yeah. That's true. But that brings us to a close on another edition of In the Stars. So we will be back for November. We already when we're recording this, there's already a show in the books with Crown Jewel. I'm also going to have Jimmy Macram watch that Will Ospreay versus Shota Umino matchup, which is one of the 6. Spoiler alert. But Jimmy Macram, let the people know.
What you give the LA Knight match? That's wild. Apologies, Roman. The LA Knight match is wild. That Roman Reigns title defense.
I thought it was LA Knight's best match of his career.
You think it's going to shut all these losers up? No offense, Jensen. Love you.
I think that was the great match that WWE was looking for. Do I think it was a great match? No, I think it was a very good match. I give it 3 3/4 or 3.5. I think. Yeah.
Sure. I don't really care. It's not why I watch.
I know.
Thank God. But yes.
But they gave him the same finish. They give him the same finish as everybody else.
Yeah. I mean, what do you want? Sometimes you can watch this fucking movie. So bothered. Ugh. Cody should have won it.
I just feel so vindicated that it's just been so bad since SummerSlam.
It's not bad.
It's not good.
It's not good. we got hilarious Jimmy. Jimmy is hilarious and objective.
Yeah. He's hilarious when he's backstage. I don't take him seriously at all, but yeah, he's funny.
No, J Jimmy match.
The Solo got a 5-star push at the show. He thumbed throat fucked John Cena. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, to be fair, you owed him that after you called him fucking Taz.
He did.
John Cena, fucking asshole. Jesus.
I knew after that promo, I was like, yeah, Solo has to kill him now. I was like, oh, he has to kill him now. I was like, and it has to be a lot better than what he did for Austin Theory. That's why I messaged him immediately. I was like, what did Austin Theory do? Did he shit in his bag?
He does not fuck with Austin Theory at all, and won't stop talking about it. Every time I see this, a new excerpt from John Cena about Austin Theory. Now, I really do think he sucks, but I told him to his face that he sucks. That's what we do. Sorry.
I told him what I would say out there. I'm like, what?
He didn't give me any pushback. Yeah, no shit.
Imagine if you like a new rapper and Jay-Z just go up to you like, I'm just gonna insult the shit out of you, and you just gotta stand there and say whatever the other person wants you to say.
Oh my God, it's fucking heinous. I look forward to it. I didn't watch most of Crown Jewel yet. I look forward to watching it.
Yeah, till the end of the month. We got Crown Jewel, we got Survivor Series, and we got Full Gear in the month of November.
Jesus fucking Christ, who needs all this wrestling? For what? Am I 15 again? A headache.
It's so good. It's good wrestling, though. Come on. You gave a lot of these matches 4 stars. Come on.
Listen, I loved a lot of these. I liked a lot of these matches. I loved a lot of these matches. I just don't need them. I don't need them in my life. So fucking better things I could be doing.
Jimmy Macram, tell them what you do over on your YouTube channel.
We watch television shows and movies. Mostly, matter of fact, I won't say mostly. All of them have a story where things happen, and then other things happen, then different things happen, and it leads to the next thing. Also follow me on Twitter at Jimmy Macram. We reached 1,000 subs. No thanks to you bums. Yeah. I asked these motherfuckers to follow me last week. Nothing changed for like 2 days. These bums. It took fucking people from, I don't know, random people, I guess.
Maybe it was like the after live viewers, the ones that watched the show on demand. Maybe it's that.
Sorry, not all your bums. My apologies. I didn't think about that. My bad.
It's like, hey, you know what? I gotta readvise my stance.
That was on me. My bad.
You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. You can follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TrueHillHeat. Best way to support us when we're not live here on the YouTube channel is at patreon.com/TrueHillHeat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content, plus the True Hill Heat Prediction Championship, plus much, much more like this here. You'll probably get early access to this one as well. But thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, all of you. Also, check out AE Ramble, because probably is up right now, the last one we did. So check that out. And check out our NJPW Lone Star Shootout preview, as well as our WWE Crown Jewel review, if you want the in-depth analysis of Cena getting throat fucked. For Jimmy Macram, it is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. This has been In the Stars, episode 2. We are signing off until next time.